All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Pacific Bitcoin Conference, the inaugural 2022. Thank you so much to people who have traveled from near and far to be here today. I was told that I was supposed to do something to hype up the crowd, but I don't have that Frankie guy to yell Bitcoin from the top of his lungs. So who wants a Pacific Bitcoin hat? There you go. All right. And who wants one over here? All right. There you go. There are more of those. Go visit the merch tent. This actually wasn't free to throw this conference, it turns out. So, man, what an incredible endeavor this has been to pull this together in a short 5 months, I think, or 6 months since we decided to do it. Thanks to everyone involved. Thanks to all of our volunteers. Just a little lay of the land. I'm sure you guys already know this, but there are 3 stages for the 2 days. So there's the hard money stage, the Swan Dome. This is, if anybody was around at the Swan Dome in Miami in 2021, it's back and it's over there. And that's kind of heavy Bitcoiner talk, more tech talk, kind of a little bit more insider stuff. Obviously, this stage has all the biggest names, the Lynn Aldens, the Jeff Booths, the Michael Saylors will be on this stage. And then the 3rd stage is going to be incredible. It's the Magic Money Court. There's an actual basketball court over there. There's music performances. There's the Bitcoin Classic 3-on-3 tournament. There's Snoop Dogg's personal party DJ. There's the announcer from the Drew League. The Compton Magic is coming. The Professor is coming. Baron Davis and some of the Sacramento Kings and John Sally. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on over there. If you see the private jet with Pacific Bitcoin on it, you're in the right place. Okay. So now it's time to get serious for a few minutes. What are we actually doing here and why are we doing it? And we started Swan and launched in early 2020, and the mission statement at the time was called 10 million Bitcoiners. And the thesis was that if you could get 10 million Bitcoiners, defined as someone who has a good chunk of their net worth in Bitcoin and actually understands it and cares about it enough to fight for it a little bit, right? To evangelize with their friends, their coworkers, their family, to show up at a town hall meeting, to rally and fundraise a little bit for the opponent of someone that might be anti-Bitcoin in Congress, Brad Sherman. And so that's what 10 million Bitcoiners is about. If you get to that intransigent minority of 3 or 4% of a population, you can basically flip society because you're not willing to bend on that issue and everybody else essentially is. And that was part of the framework. And what I've realized over the last couple of years, and I've been writing about it off and on Twitter and talking about it on podcasts, but now I've kind of got a new article that will be sort of the updated mission statement of Swan and Pacific Bitcoin and Bitcoiner jobs and anything else that we're involved with here. I like to think about it as the race to avoid the war. And what it is, it's not about just the 10 million that we need in the United States. That actually is important because this is sort of ground zero for any sort of conflict that may arise in the near or far future, sort of coordinated by the existing system contra Bitcoin. So this would be like banks and governments and altcoiners sort of rallying together in sort of a triumvirate of shitcoinery to do something contra Bitcoin. The way that we win the race to avoid any sort of war and never have to fight a war is to win the adoption race. And that means that everything that we can do now to make Bitcoin and Bitcoiners run faster, to recruit more Bitcoiners, to increase the price of Bitcoin so that it looks more attractive to other people. It is a monetary network. It has monetary network effects. Every dollar of value that goes into Bitcoin makes every other dollar already in the protocol more valuable. Everything that we can do to make Bitcoin and Bitcoiners run faster is good, and everything that slows us down gives the game theoretical countervailing forces, more time to organize, more time to think, more time to coordinate, and more time to do something that could delay Bitcoin. So here's the thing. Bitcoin is inevitable. It is the best money that we've ever had. It will be global money. The question is, will we get to enjoy it? Will our children get to enjoy this bright orange future with increased prosperity, increased freedom for all, with everyone on earth having sound money, having good money, having real money, having honest money for the first time ever? Will we get to see that next decade? In my view, it could be as early as 2035 that we have passed through Bitcoin as a nascent store of value where we are today to being a full store of value, to being a medium of exchange, and to even having most goods and services around the world priced in Satoshis all around the world. All fiat currencies won't be gone, in my view, by that time, but I think you'll have 2 price tags, and that's what we want. Now, if we lose the race and we don't do this right, it could take a long time. It could be the 2100s before we have this kind of future that I'm talking about. It could be dark. It could require everything that Bitcoiners who've been around a long time, including many at Swan, have been preparing for. So these are privacy tools. These are ways to do peer-to-peer transactions. These are, all of the things around self-custody and multi-sig and just making yourself unassailable by any state actor, which is the whole reason that Bitcoin has value in the first place. So the other half of the race to avoid the war is anything that you can do that makes Bitcoin look more unassailable, that makes it look harder to attack, is also helping us win the race because you're slowing down the other guy. All right, that was dark. But we are winning. We just need to keep on winning. And you guys are going to see Michael Saylor on stage tomorrow afternoon to close the conference. And about a month ago, he was out here in Los Angeles accepting an award from the Atlas Society at their gala. And as he often does, he takes something that would take me about 1,000 words to say and boil it down into one sentence. But he said, "You don't want to be a martyr. You want to be a winner." Let's win.